I don't remember when I first heard the name Sarah Myers. It's like she was always there, lingering in the background of our small town like an unspoken secret. No one ever talked about her directly, but you catch snippets of conversations, whispers in the halls at school, and sometimes a glance towards the old woods at the edge of town. They say she vanished 20 years ago, on a night just like this, when the fog rolled in thick and the moon hung low, casting long, eerie shadows that seemed to move on their own. Her parents, frantic and distraught, combed every inch of those woods, calling out her name until their voices were hoarse. But Sarah Myers never answered. I don't know what possessed us to go looking for her. Maybe it was boredom, maybe curiosity, or maybe it was just plain stupidity. There were 4 of us. Me, my best friend Danny, his girlfriend Lisa, and our friend Sam. We were all a little buzzed, having shared a few beers out behind the old gas station where nobody ever goes. We dared each other, like kids do. "Come on, let's go find Sarah Myers," Danny said with a grin that was more wicked than playful. Lisa rolled her eyes but didn't protest. Sam, usually the cautious one, seemed oddly eager. I should have stopped it then. I should have said something, but instead I laughed along, pretending I wasn't scared, that my skin wasn't crawling at the thought of going into those woods. The path into the forest was overgrown, almost like it didn't want us there. The trees loomed overhead, their branches twisted together, blocking out the moonlight and plunging us into darkness. The further we went, the quieter it became. Even the crickets had stopped chirping. The only sound was the crunch of leaves under our feet and our own nervous breaths. "We should turn back," I finally said, my voice barely more than a whisper. Danny scoffed. "What's the matter? Afraid of the big bad woods?" He had that cocky smile on his face, the one he always got when he knew he had the upper hand. I clenched my teeth, swallowing my fear, and pressed on. We walked deeper and deeper into the woods, the trees seeming to close in around us. My heart was racing, and I could feel the hairs on the back of my neck standing up. Then we heard it, a soft, almost imperceptible humming, like a lullaby being sung just out of earshot. "Do you guys hear that?" Sam asked, his voice trembling. Lisa nodded, her face pale in the dim light. It's coming from over there." She pointed to a clearing up ahead, a place where the fog seemed to gather like a thick, swirling cloud. As we stepped into the clearing, the humming grew louder, clearer. It was hauntingly beautiful, yet utterly chilly. In the center of the clearing stood an old well, the kind you see in old movies or hear about in ghost stories. "Is this some kind of joke?" I asked, turning to Danny, but his face was drained of color, his eyes wide with something between fear and fascination. "No joke," he whispered. This is where she disappeared." Lisa stepped forward, her gaze fixed on the well. "Sarah," she called out, her voice soft, almost hesitant. "Sarah Myers?" The humming stopped. The sudden silence was deafening. My skin prickled with cold sweat, and I wanted to run, to drag my friends out of that place and never look back. But I was frozen, rooted to the spot. Then we heard it, a faint, almost inaudible whisper, echoing up from the depths of the well. "Help me!"